welcome to the Wolf Pack. OmnicientWolf here, and once again, I'm bringing you Quantum Break in 5 minutes or less. For today's topic, we'll be discussing one of my biggest pet peeves, and it might surprise you, considering, you know, my tech savviness and whatnot, but I despise the overuse, let me specify that, the overuse of cell phones. And, some people cannot put the cell phone down, and it drives me insane. It really does. You know, movies, for example. That is one place you should never, ever have to pull out your phone. And it's, you know, you're always told in the previews, please do not put your phone on vibrate or turn it off, but don't, you know, pull it out in the middle of the cinema. The number of times I've gone to cinema and the person, you know, nearby me has turned on their cell phone and I've had to go up to them and be like, hey, can you please put that away? The light is blinding us. Like, you know, it really doesn't make a big difference. And it just, for me, it's like, wow, you can't put your phone away for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's like, we're glued to it. And let me put this in perspective for you. My phone plan is $25 a month. I don't have any data on it. I really don't. And I'm, you know, I say this and I'm pretty proud of that because I could live until, you know, I get to a Wi-Fi spot if I need to use my cell phone or whatnot and check, you know, social media or whatever it might be. But I use my cell phone, I guess, I mean, we all have our apps and whatnot. I primarily use it to call and text. And I know a lot of people do that, but they're on it 24/7. They're texting like every single word and every single thought they have. And I don't know, I find it's just gotten so bad. You know, with cell phone use that oftentimes, you know, you see people in a restaurant and everyone is on their cell phone. It's a restaurant. You should be talking to the person next to you. I mean, usually when you go to a restaurant, I mean, some people go solo, that's fine, to a diner or whatnot. But when you're with a couple or you're with a group, what's the need to go on the cell phone? There really isn't. Unless you're receiving a call, even then, you know, you'd be like, oh, you know, excuse me, then I gotta get this call. That's different. But being on the phone and, you know, clicking buttons and, you know, all that stuff while you're having real life conversation, I feel like we've become so disconnected at times, you know, with the overuse of cell phones, and our over reliance on it, and you know what, technology, just in general. I remember when I was younger, I never had the Nokia cell phone. I remember, you know, my parents had like the old school Nokia cell phones, and I will admit I played a lot of Snake on that cell phone. I did, but I played a lot of Snake on it because the battery lasted a freaking week. You know, I understand that nowadays cell phones are a lot more complex, and you know, there's a lot of clicking involved, and that drains battery life a little more. But it's just ridiculous the amount of overuse of cell phones. And you know, it bothers me more, I guess, when you're in a, you know, with a social gathering. You know, if you on your own time, you know, do what you want. If that's what you enjoy, go for it. You know, sometimes I get grilled for playing too many video games, for example. You know, and then I'm like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, you know, I'm watching Netflix, whatever, watching TV. I'm like, oh, okay, so the equivalent of me playing video games, this time I spent playing video games, is you're watching TV. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. And you know, everyone has their own hobby. Some people read more, you know, some people are avid readers, and kudos to them. Obviously, that's a great skill as well. Not a great skill, but a great medium. And you know, video games are a great medium too in its own way. A lot of video games are used in different, you know, areas of life. Anyways, all this to say, put your cell phones away if you can. Thanks again for joining the Wolf Pack, and until next time. Oh!